Welcome back to our series where we are retyping the entire Pokédex by spinning our wheel. In our last video we started with Bulbasaur, which resulted in him getting his new types Ice and Ghost. Next up we have Ivysaur. I started by taking my Bulbasaur sculpt as a foundation, pushing and pulling, manipulating the shape of his body and face to grow him into a wider, edgy boy. This is that awkward middle evolution after all. As Bulbasaur evolves, those solid icy blocks begin to fracture. Ice begins to break apart, taking the shape of spiky, jagged pillars. From his back, a ghostly presence starts to emerge. Not fully formed, but unmistakably there. It looks as though it's forcing its way out from within the ice itself, pushing through his spine, bursting out through the ice on his back. Ice also erupts through the tips of his ears. All across his body, his icy spots sharpen, losing their softness, becoming more aggressive in shape. This is Ivysaur fully evolving into that edgy teenage phase. Originally, I experimented with a ghostly hand clawing its way out from his back. I went back and forth on a few ideas of what could be sprouting from his back for a while. Eventually I landed on this swirling spectral smoke instead, something more subtle, more unsettling, and for me, a better fit for Ivysaur's evolution. The ghost hand idea isn't gone forever though. I'll definitely be revisiting it again in the future. With my design feeling pretty solid, the last thing to do was pose him. I gave him a wide, mean stance, a slight tilt of the head, and a sharper angle to his eyes, really solidifying that angry teenage aesthetic. And a few last minute adjustments to the ice on his back, making sure everything sits exactly where it needs to. And with that, I hand it off to Tash to bring our edgy teen into the real world.
First, I remove the scars of the printing process with a quick sand, then prime. With Ivysaur's darker evolution, I lean fully into a deep, ghostly purple, a shift in tone that reflects where he's heading. Bulbasaur by comparison was brighter, more saturated, younger, less corrupted at that stage. But Ivysaur is changing, and the darkness is starting to follow him. For the ice, I moved away from that bright blue. Instead, I introduced a subtle hint of purple, tying it back into his spectral presence.
Are you changing his eyes colour?
Only the tiniest bit. I used the same blue, I just added one drop of purple.
Okay.
Oh, you don't like it, do you?
Well, it's still the ice.
It is ice!
It doesn't look like ice.
I want the video to. I want the video to note right now
You want me to
that Luke doesn't. Luke Luke does not like what I've done with the ice, and it looks like I'm repainting it again.
No, you're fine.
Gives him more of a spooky, darker vibe, whereas he's more like, oh, I'm young, I'm a ghost ice type, yes, look at me, I'm very cute. And now he's like, I'm getting a bit older now, I'm growing into my true self.
Is that his voice?
With Luke's feedback, I bring the ice slightly back toward blue. Just enough to keep it cold without losing the ghost. From there, I begin dry brushing lighter blues along the edges, letting the ice catch the light and slowly come alive. For the ghostly abyss creeping out from within the ice, I tried a wet blending technique, which is a first for me, letting the colours bleed together like something stirring beneath the surface. Next, I dry brushed his little tootsies and gave him a quick manicure. Then it was on to the final touches. Dry brushing the ice around his mouth, adding crisp white highlights across the frozen edges. Once everything was locked in, I sealed him with a matte varnish. After that, we glue up his eyes with some UV resin and let him catch a few rays. Finally, a gloss varnish over the ice, giving it that cold, glassy sheen. And just like that, Ivysaur steps fully into his ice ghost evolution. Thanks for watching. If you want to download Ivysaur and Bulbasaur for yourself, head on over to our Patreon or Colts 3D. Stay tuned for our next video for the final evolution of our icy ghost starter, Venusaur.